So what I'm doing now is I'm making use of this wonderful fire spirit to be able to communicate with you what's happening at the moment. And so, like so many, the majority, we're all experiencing a form of abuse and tyranny, and I'm choosing to make this film now because this is actually to do with something that's very personal indeed. And what's been happening is I've been preparing for the most massive releases I've been waiting for most of my life, and spent the vast majority of it not having any idea at all that this was on the horizon. And it was indeed prophesied many years ago I'd have to go through something like this, and much love to the person that prophesied that, because you were totally correct, of course. I wasn't ready or willing to face up to even the possibility at that time. So my big release is coming up this morning, and I'm going to be receiving some expert help, for which I am incredibly grateful. And I did receive some expert help yesterday in my preparations for this. But I just want you to know what I've been going through. So today is Monday morning, and since Thursday afternoon, what's been going for me is that I've been going through a lot of very severe extreme experiences, and it began with pains all over my body and sudden great tiredness, fatigue. So an intense fatigue which led to a kind of a collapse, which has been the case over the last few days, and I've mostly been incapable of doing much at all. Been able to occasionally go out for the odd walk, but it wasn't because I had the energy to go on the walk, it was because the pains in my body, a lot of the time over my entire body, were so agonizing I knew that I had to move. It was a question of a necessity. As well as all that, my skin turned bright orange and actually did look like I had been burnt. If you'd seen my skin, you'd have understood. It really looked like I'd been burnt in a fire. So what I'm doing is I'm very consciously making use of the flames that you can see in the image, and as I'm speaking everything out, I'm releasing it all into the flames, into the fire, into the spirit of the fire, which is indeed housed in Ronnie the Rayburn. So everything is coming together in this exactly appropriate manner. So as you see those flickering flames, they're literally absorbing, drawing all that I'm describing into the flames, going up out through the chimney, up out through the blue vortex, and being transformed into great love, light and beauty. So that's my journey at the moment. And this will make more sense when you see the film that follows, that kind of puts it all into a context. But I want to give it to you raw, as it is right now. The unbearable sensations, particularly in my skin. My skin really feels like it's just agonizing, really, and it's been going on for some days, and I've had huge cognitive decline, not being able to think properly, and this relates very much to what happened in the past and what's going on in the present time for the majority of people. It's an extraordinary time to be alive. And I guess this is one of my insights, is that the really most traumatic things we've been through, which I'm now in a situation where I have to relive this. So this is my issue. My issue is I've often wondered, is it really necessary to relive these past traumas? And the thing is, if like me, what I did, my past trauma was when I was a child. I didn't have the skills. I didn't have any skills. I was unskilled. I had no understanding of what I needed to do, so I did the natural thing for an unskilled person, which was just simply to leave, and I went straight into the upper world. So I didn't actually experience fully in my body and in my emotional body what was happening to me. And this morning, this is what I'm going to be having the opportunity to do so, which is why my skin is literally unbearable. I just cannot stop scratching myself in various different places on an almost constant basis at the moment. Throughout these few days, I've been able to do my Qigong some of the time, and that's incredibly helpful. I do find that if you are in the process of about to relive some very powerful traumas, anything you can do to keep moving is very, very, very important. That really does help. And there have been times that I've got up from a sitting or lying position, like I'm a really severely disabled person, like my goodness me, you know, about to drop dead kind of thing. So the other thing that's been going on for me is I've completely lost my joy and my connection with drinking water. I've drunk it, but I've not appreciated the taste at all. Thank God I kept on drinking it regardless. My foods, the foods I love the most, have just tasted like cardboard in my mouth, just no desire, impulse or inclination to eat, but I've kept myself going, eating not as much as I should have done, but eating something. So it's very important to kind of be aware of these things when you're going through something really severely extreme. So a lack of interest in the things that would normally interest me, that was a very strong thing to be aware of as well. And thank God before all this started, I did go and get enough water supply to last us for the entire duration of what I'm going through at the moment. That was a really important thing to do. God help me if I was drinking the shit coming out of the tap, because I've just got so much releasing to do. So I've been releasing through just about these 6 minutes that I've been making this film into the fire, releasing all this dis-ease, this discomfort, this agony, this pain, this trauma, just releasing it all into the fire, choosing to allow you to be the witness of what's going on. And if it doesn't make much sense, just watch the one that follows that will put it all into some kind of perspective. So thank you very much indeed, and then we're just creeping to 6 minutes and 36 seconds. It's time for me to say much love and thank you.